Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Weather Sim forecast. It is Monday, July 21st, 2025, and we got some more weather to talk about. As not only are we looking at the potential of severe storms as we head into the next couple of days, but we also got a heat wave that's going to be coming on through the United States, and this will likely result in heat index between 105 and 110 degrees across much of the central and even parts of the eastern United States. So we are going to keep an eye on that very closely, as this will more than likely be a very active pattern rolling on through the rest of the week and perhaps even continuing into next week. So make sure to stay tuned till the end, as we'll also be going over the tropics at the end, as we got a little bit of a spin on going just to the east of the Lesser Antilles, and that will be something to watch, of course, but it's not expected to impact any land as of right now. But like I said, we will keep you guys up to date with that system, as well as we may see a tropical depression form. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, nor is it expected to impact land. Let's first go over what we can expect for today by talking about the severe weather. You guys can see that for today, we do have a marginal level 1 out of 5 threat across areas of Minnesota, Iowa, back down there into Nebraska, the Dakotas, even over there into parts there of northwest or northeast Colorado. And then we also got that slight risk set it up just to the north there, Wyoming and Montana. So we are going to keep an eye on the threat very closely, as there is the potential that we could catch a couple of severe storms today, not just with hail, but we also may see a brief tornado or two across the Dakotas, and we also got that risk for even some damaging winds. So all hazards in play, including a risk for even a couple of damaging wind gusts, and like I said, we might even see a brief tornado for today as well. So make sure you're being weather aware today, as there could be a storm or two capable of producing all hazards. And then once we head into tomorrow is also expected to be another active day, as we're going to see a lot of this shift off to the east. You guys can see that for tomorrow, the slight risk for severe storms will now be across Minnesota, eastern portions there of North Dakota and South Dakota, and even over there into western portions there, Wisconsin. So we are going to keep an eye on tomorrow very closely, as it's really just going to be the same as today, as not only could we see a little bit of large hail, but we also got that risk of seeing a brief tornado again, and we also got that threat of even seeing some damaging winds. So once again, we are going to still be talking about all hazards in play for tomorrow, but I still don't expect it to be nearly as significant, and same as we get into day 3. But like I said, I do think there is still the potential of seeing severe weather even as we head into Wednesday of this week. Let's now talk about flooding. Starting off with today, we do have a slight risk for flash flooding across parts of the Lower Ohio Valley, back down there into the Tennessee River Valley. We are going to be keeping an eye on that very closely, as we even got a marginal risk setting up across parts there of the Central Plains and even the Northern Plains. Once we enter tomorrow, we start to see a lot of that area calm down, but we do still continue to see some active severe weather and even some flash flooding issues possible across areas of Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and even parts there of North Dakota. And then once we head into day 3, which will be for Wednesday, we are going to continue to watch areas of the upper Midwest very closely, including the UP and Michigan, and then we will continue to see that chance for flash flooding continue. But as of right now, it does not appear to be anything crazy later this week, besides maybe a little bit of localized flooding issues, which still can't be rolled out. Let's talk about how these storms are going to be playing out over the next few days. And you guys can see that for right now, we got some showers and storms centered over areas of St. Louis, Missouri right now, and those are going to probably continue to weaken from what I saw on radar, so it's not likely that they'll cause any impacts, nor are they expected to become severe. But after those head out, we are going to be looking at maybe another round of showers and storms across some of those areas. Not only are we going to have a line of storms pushing on into areas of Minnesota by tomorrow morning, but we also are going to have another area back over there towards Iowa and Illinois that still has has that chance of seeing some winds. But once again, those storms should then weaken as we get into the later part of tomorrow. And then after that, it does still remain uncertain, but definitely expect there to be a couple rounds of showers and storms depending on your location. And some of those storms may even become severe. So that's also something we want you guys to keep in mind. If we also take a look at our total rainfall, this is after all the flooding issues that we may see over the next few days, and you guys can see that for today all the way through Monday of next week, we are still going to be watching areas of the upper Midwest and northern plains as areas there may see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. Same down here towards areas of the Florida coast. Now keep in mind that not all that rainfall is caused by a tropical system. We're mainly just looking at, kind of a frontal boundary, I would say. That's really just going to be sparking off showers and storms down there. It's not going to be anything like what we saw with the Invest 95L, I think it was. So we are still going to keep an eye on that very closely. But once again, this will not be impacted by a tropical system or anything like that. But we still want you guys to be ready, as some flash flooding issues may be possible. If we also take a look at what we could see as we enter the future, you guys can see that as we take this forward, we will likely be seeing high amounts of energy as we head throughout the next couple of days. And where you see those gray colors indicates a very high amount of storm energy, convective available potential energy, which is really looking to be on the higher side of things, not only across the Midwest, Great Lakes, and Ohio Valley, but that will also continue towards areas of the mid-Atlantic too. So really just going to be talking about storm after storm rolling on through. Now keep in mind that with this heat wave that's going to be rolling on through, which we'll take a look at in just a second, we will still be talking about, at least a chance for some showers and storms, but it does not appear to be anything crazy, at least not as of right now, despite there being a lot of energy. Now let's talk about this heat wave that's going to be rolling on through. I forgot to select temperatures and not energy. So you guys can see that with this heat wave that's going to be rolling on through, we're going to go to the central United States. You guys can see that we're really going to be looking at not only temperatures in the 90s and even low triple digits for our real temperatures, but look at this. We really just see that heat continue even as we head into August, as you can see. So we are going to keep an eye on that very closely, as we are going to be seeing feels like temperatures of up to 105 degrees. This is your feels like, by the way. Look at that. It's going to feel like 105 across areas of Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, even down there into areas of Louisiana. And then after that, we're just going to continue once again to see that heat. So make sure you guys are taking it very seriously. Let's now take a look at the tropics, and you guys can see that once again we kind of got Invest 95L that's still going to continue across the tropics. So we are going to continue to watch it very closely once again, as there is the potential of some development over the next couple of days. And you guys can see that the water temperatures are still going to be relatively favorable, but once again there's also other factors that kind of go into developing the system, because it's not just about the water temperatures, but a lot of it is also about the Saharan dust that we're seeing come off of Africa. We also got a lot of areas of drier air that's around, which also includes that Saharan dust. So really just gonna, be either a little bit of development, or we may not see any development at all. So it's really just gonna depend on how that system plays out. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we will continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest. And I am gonna start doing a video probably every other day from now on, so make sure to turn on all notifications so that way you guys don't miss out on any future videos or live streams that we do here on this channel. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday out there, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.